Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the Print Factory on a Wednesday afternoon with the boys talking a little NFL Week 15 action here. Nice little first look for you guys on the Week 15 card, which is massive. We got Big T, we got ODB, and of course myself, JSU. If you guys could, please smash the like button on this video if you're watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. We appreciate all the likes and subscribes, doing this show for free each and every week. So let's get that like button going. Let's subscribe and check us out, runpuresports.com, for all your DFS and betting needs. Boys, Week 14 in the books. We're on to Week 15. Massive card here. ODB, how was your Week 14?
Well, it wasn't as big an ass as Jalen Hurts, but it was it was somewhat ass. No, I mean, it would have been fine if the Raiders Broncos bullshit hadn't happened. That was my biggest play of the day, and I was there, and I could see it unraveling in real time. So that was kind of nonsense, but brought home the Chiefs hate and few other small ones. So yeah, it was fine. It was a loser, but whatever. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't a devastating loss. It was just, I mean, the Broncos one was devastating, but that just flipped the whole thing. So
at the end of the day, a loss is a loss, but that was a tough loss for sure to take. Tony, I know how you're doing. I mean, this guy sends out viral tweets, picks winners. I saw like 2 different single game parlay winners that he gave to the members over at Run Pure Sports. I know he won't even say anything about it, so I'll just talk about him here real quick because he dropped them in the bets chat. If you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord and you're a member, you need to be in the Discord. It's where you're going to find majority of the bets. But he dropped these parlays in there, ODB, before Monday Night Football. Double hits, because he dropped 2 different parlays and they both smashed. I try and find them, but there's just too many bets going on. Here it is. He had the under 42.5 every quarter for there to be a field goal because we love the kickers, and then Cameron Dicker to have 10 plus kicking points. With the boost on DraftKings, that was just over 22-1, and then I think he had another 27-1 winner under 42.5. Jake Elliott kicking points 6+, Cameron Dicker kicking points 6+, and you got the Hampton touchdown early, Big T. You must have been feeling good on that one when you got the Hampton touchdown right off the bat, bro.
Yeah, it was when you do those parlays, you want to get off to a good start, obviously. And I had all field goals and an under with 1 touchdown, and you get the touchdown right away. You're like, oh man, everything's set up nice. And we almost got super unlucky with that under. If it would have gone over at the end, it would have been, because I was like ODB. One of my biggest bets was the Broncos. Just killed me that bad beat. If I would have lost all those parlays, because I had a big bet on the under and those single game parlays with the under the last leg. If it would have gone all those field goals and then a touchdown in overtime after a field goal to send it over, oh my God!
Were you thinking at all about hedging when you got like?
I was thinking a lot of times about hedging and cashing out, but I diamond hands, baby. ODB told me diamond hands. You keep those diamond hands. But if I was saying I wasn't sweating, I'd be lying because I had a lot of chances. There was one point where I could have cashed out for almost all of it. There was only for $100 bet, you'd have won 5,000 with those 2, and I was getting like 4,400 or something at one point, and I still didn't cash it out. I just felt like it was a winner, and it was a good sweat though, and it was a fun week. Besides,
you would have been kicking yourself to shit if it went over. And
let's be honest, like on the last drive, I thought I was going to lose. I thought they were going to score. I thought I was going to take another bad beat and freaking lose, and I was going to have to cry about it, but it didn't happen.
I'll bring this story up just because it's funny and it kind of goes with this, but I had a 10-leg parlay. This was last year. Me and my brother, we both put the same.
You never do 10-leggers. I don't believe it.
10-legger, and it had it was like all your college football picks. And one of the last games was Colorado, I think, versus Colorado State. And Colorado got up like 30-3 at halftime. And it was the only game left on the card. I was going to win like $15K. So I was like, I'm not cashing out. They were offering me like 14-5 or something. I'm not I'm winning. This is a guaranteed winner. Colorado ends up losing the game somehow. Tony, I don't know if you remember this game, but they're literally up like 27-3 or 30-3 at half and lose the game. And I lose the parlay. And I was like, yeah, I'm an asshole.
Painful. It's ODB. You've been a professional gambler a long time. Well, these cash outs are almost always bad. But at what point do they come apart?
I mean, here's the thing. All the times that, the occasional time that you have a JSU story, there's probably 50 times where you could have also clicked that button and you didn't, and you made an extra 300 here, an extra 500, an extra 100, another extra 75, an extra 925, and all those things add up. Like it's just basically how it runs. Yes, you're going to take some beats. You're going to take some 95-1 against you or whatever the thing is. The only time that you can really should be clicking when it's negative EV is just if you can't handle it mentally and it's just going to break you and like just ruin your life, your week, your month, whatever. Like I have right now, I have a lot of money on the Broncos to win the division. It was my biggest bet. I think I have 9,000 at plus 350 to win the division for like whatever that is, 30 something thousand. Right now I could hedge it for like 5K or whatever. I could just bet the Chargers. But it's not going to end my life. It's not going to ruin my life. I mean, it's going to hurt a lot that I was close, but I want that extra 5K. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. I'm just going to kind of live with it. And, there might come a point where if later in the season I have to like hedge and be worse because I think that like the Chargers will beat the Broncos last week. If I actually think that, then it's a different story. But like right now, I think they'll probably hold on, even though their schedule's tough and whatever. And so I'm just going to ride it and try to make that extra 5K and like not just sacrifice 5K in EV. I mean, I'm just not going to do it. Like, and yeah, I might lose this, but then I'll have this bet next year and I won't hedge it and I'll win it. And then I'll get 5K back then. And then it'll happen again and same thing. And so it's just kind of how it works,
Yeah.
The life of a hedger.
It's good.
The life of a hedger will you'll end up losing if you're a hedger. Like hedging is not profitable. It's just not. The only time you should ever hedge is if the situation changes and you actually like the other side. And you're like, man, I bet this bet like 3 hours ago or 6 weeks ago or 4 months ago. And now I actually like the other side. Like I have the Rams to win the NFC. So I'm getting 14-1 on it. Well, let's say they get in the NFC Championship game and I don't like the matchup for them. Like, I mean, I just thinking, you know what, their offense, their left tackle's out and it's up against Jalen Carter and the Eagles have started to find it. And I really want, like, I think the Eagles are the right play. Well, now me hedging makes sense because it's like, I think the other side's going to win. But if I think the Rams are the right side, like, just let it go. Like, just ride it.
Yeah, 100%. I like what you said too about like, if it's not going to just ruin your year or like your life or what, like, yeah, let it ride. But if you like, or someone that's like, man, this money, I need it. Like you hit that cash out button, I think. But
if it's life changing, it definitely is different for sure. If it's like a huge amount, then you can definitely do it. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have the same as me too. I have all these buddies that'll text that obviously know I'm a whatever in the sports content, gambling stuff. Every time it's should I cash out? Should I cash out? Should I cash out? Every single time it's like.
It's the age old question with your buddies of should I cash out? And
they're always looking to cash out.
So people will put in a 5-team parlay and they'll be like, I'm going to make my last game the Monday night game so I can hedge it. It's like, just make it a 14 parlay, win it before the Monday night game, and then bet like a lot of it, on the Monday night spot, like, and just try to win. Like, just keep your hedge by doing less of a parlay. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to include a 5th one. You're giving them odds, and then you're taking reduced odds when you could just bet a 4-teamer. And then
but ODB, that sweat through the day is
because you're like, I could win 50,000, but then you want to cash out for 10. So like, what the fuck's the point anyway?
I agree. I'm saying more like, if you're not going to cash out, but like that sweat going through the days.
Oh, if you're not going to cash out, for sure. Like, it's fun to have 100 for 30,000 or whatever.
I'll still never forget when DFS was. It was all the way through the Monday night game, like the main slate DFS. I don't know if many people remember this, but
people would put the hammer on Monday night.
Was all the way through to the Monday night football game. And honestly, that I love that was amazing, because if you ever had a sweat going that whole day after Sunday night football, waiting was just absolutely intense.
It's great. And then you would go on and you'd add up the other people's roster and be like,
yes,
I'm up one. They could have Diggs, and you're
guessing who they had in their lineup at that point. You're like, all right, he had this guy. He has like, I don't know, like 7,000 in salary left, so he could have this combo or that combo. Yeah, it's great.
And flipping onto to like give yourself a chance to win when you couldn't, or vice versa. Yeah.
All right, let's get into these games here. We got a lot of games to go through, so let's dive into them. I'm just going to go by DraftKings order.
Here, I'll pull it up again. I'll pull it up. It worked good.
Oh, yeah. Pull it up. That's right. I'm going to start with Cleveland and Chicago while you – Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Sorry. Thursday night game. I forgot about that one. Let's go there first. All right. Just waiting for Tony to pull. All right, there we go. Tampa -4.5 here. We just got news too. Drake London is officially out for this game, so that does suck. Total sitting at 44.5 here. Tampa Bay coming off a loss. Games at home in Tampa for them. Tough loss too against the Saints. But that game, I've been saying this about the Saints. They still play hard. They're not like overly talented, but they don't quit. They play hard. They try. And there was like no throwing in that game. It was raining so hard for a lot of that game. There was a lot of running in that spot. Tampa should have won the game, but, Emeka Buka drops a touchdown, couple other, mishaps in the game, and they lose it. Saints win it, is what it is. But now they go into a huge divisional matchup against the Falcons on Thursday Night Football. Tony, quick thoughts here on the game Thursday night.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Like you said, though, I agree. The Saints have been tough. They've been a tough out. Atlanta, I just don't like. They played Seattle, right? Seattle pounded them this week. I couldn't remember who it was. Seattle pounded
it was
them.
Close after the first half, though.
Yeah. You hate anytime you can slight Seattle, you hate Seattle. Seattle is gonna whoop your ass in the playoffs.
It wasn't close after the first half.
You just always throw a comment in about them every time. Every time I talk about Seattle, you throw a comment.
How many points did Seattle have in the first half?
They won 37-9. Who cares what
scored the score was? They scored 33 or 34 in the second half, whatever it was.
ODB, if a team wins 37-9, does there need to be any other comment to the game?
Oh, breaking news. Pete Alonso, 6 years, 155 to the O's.
That was 2 hours ago.
Breaking news hours ago.
2 hours before I even went.
Sorry, I was only on Twitter looking at ass tweets because my guy Big T had to throw a viral tweet. And then there were all these AI stuff with his ass tweet that he was sending me with the chicks like actual ass standing up and doing whatever. And I was just like, yeah, this is too much.
You start reading those comments, you'll be in for a whole day of it.
Dude, I was reading a few of them, and it got me like I'm like, how could I see Pete Alonso 155 when I'm just staring at ass?
Anyways, with this game, I don't love this game. I have to go Tampa just because I don't like Atlanta, but we'll talk more about. I don't have a strong take on this one.
All right, you might have to go Atlanta. Interesting. ODB, what do you think here? Atlanta and Tampa.
Well, both teams suck, but one team's playing for something and one team is in Cancun already. So I'll take the team playing for something. 4.5 seems light, especially after coming off of a game that, like, they had one they could give away, but they can't give away this one. I mean, Atlanta's already got reservations at the Baha Mar in Bahamas. I mean, they're already gone. They got the trip booked. They're already packed. They're ready to roll. Tampa's playing for division. I mean, this one seems easy to me.
Yeah, and I kind of like the over too. I'm with you on Tampa. Give me the team that's playing for something. They get Mike Evans back. It looks like he could be back for this game. I think that'll be huge with him on the field. It'll help everyone too. I honestly, I think it's going to help Emeka Egbuka the most getting Mike Evans back. So, yeah, I'm with you, Tampa, and I think I like the over. Let's go to another big division, another big divisional game here. Patriots and the Bills. This game's in New England. New England bested the Bills in Buffalo last time out, and now they get the Bills at home. Bills coming off a massive win against the Bengals, comeback win. Bengals were controlling the game for pretty much the whole game until kind of spiraled out of control, and it went the Bills' way, and Josh Allen took advantage, does what he does, won the game, and now they could use a win in New England here, but 41.5 total, and 50.5 total, and a 1.5 point spread. I mean, Patriots ODB, what are we doing with them? We like them here?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this game. I need more time. Maybe one of you guys can sway me on one side. My initial thought is the Bills, they seem to play good versus teams that are bad, but I don't know. They teams that can run the football, and I don't know. The Patriots seem to be as good or maybe better than the Bills right now as a complete roster. And at home, I don't know. My initial instinct is Patriots here, but I don't know. I mean, part of me just want to just fall into, Bills because, the name recognition thing, like from the last 5 years, which is all that really matters. I mean, yeah, obviously the Patriots have the long-standing history, but the last 5 years, it's all Bills. But we've seen in this NFL, you're not playing against jerseys, you're playing against people. And, we've seen the Chiefs and the Ravens and, all these teams that we just want to continue to put high in the power rankings just because their name and their jerseys when their play hasn't really warranted it. So I don't know. The Patriots are playing better than the Bills. The Patriots seem to be better than the Bills this year, and it's a pick 'em at home. So I think I got to go Patriots right now, but it's not firm right now. I definitely could be swayed. Just the thought of the Patriots just winning every game. It's just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my thought right now. Maybe one of you could sway me.
Tony, can you sway him? Patriots off the bye. What do you think?
Yeah, I love the Patriots. I'll sway them because the Patriots are a better team than the Bills. The Bills, I just don't think the Bills are that good. I just don't respect them that much. The Patriots are just good. And they can really put the final nail in the division right here. Them and the Broncos are both 11-2, playing for the 1 seed. Bills are 2 back already. Patriots win this game. I mean, you got things iced down here. So I think they do it. I think this line's disrespectful. I think it's just too much respect towards Buffalo. I am all aboard New England here. -112 on DraftKings. Basically a flip. It's just a true coin flip, no matter where you look. Yes, sign me up. Patriots all day long.
Yeah, I'm worried about this line too because it does feel like Buffalo getting a lot of respect here. I wonder if that's where do we think the bets are going to go more towards the Bills?
Definitely. The Bills are a public team. People love the Bills.
Yeah. That's the one thing because I kind of like the Bills here, but I don't love it if they're going to be getting all the money in this spot because it does feel like maybe a trappy spot. So, yeah, I don't want to have too strong of a take. I do lean the Bills as of now, but we'll see as we get closer. Let's go to a
They
different
already
game
played,
here.
right? Or did they not?
Yeah, they already played. Patriots won in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was making sure I wasn't losing.
I think we had the money line. Well, I mean, I did. I had the money line. They were
we like the Patriots. Remember, the Patriots were getting a ton. They were getting like 7.5 or something, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting ridiculous. So
yeah, I hit the money line on that one for sure. I remember. I don't bet a whole lot of money lines, and that was one that
was a Sunday night football game, and yeah, you gave that out. I remember that was one of your best bets. All right, next game up, Cleveland at Chicago here. Chicago coming off tough loss to the Packers, where the first half and the second half were a little different for the offense. Caleb Williams played much better in the second half, made some really good throws in the second half. It just needs to put like a full good game together, and we would get like an actual like good Caleb Williams here if he could do it. The way he plays, it's just so hard because a lot of the plays he makes were like, oh wow, they're just such tough throws that he finds a way to make these tough throws, and then he'll miss on some really easy throws. And you just every single week it's the same thing with him. You see the talent, but at the same time, it's just like it just feels like he's still the same guy. He's just in a different offense with a better coach who can kind of hide some of his stuff. And Caleb's still a crazy athlete who can evade pressure at, like an incredible rate for a quarterback. So that's like obviously good for him. But, Luther Burden looked good with no Rome. That was interesting. But now they get the Browns, who also their quarterback looked pretty decent. I want to get you guys' takes on Shador. He was pressured a ton in that game, and that was against the Titans. So, we'll see what happens here. But Caleb Williams, Shador in Chicago, I'm sure it's going to be cold. Maybe there's some weather here I'm not sure of, but I'm sure it'll be cold. Tony, what are you doing with Shador versus Caleb?
Man, it was I can't believe Cleveland lost last week. Survivor pools too. ODB, did you survive all your survivor pools?
I was out last week, but
who'd you have?
But my buddy won his because there were 10 people left. He was 2 of 10, but 9 of them had Tampa Bay and he had Green Bay, so he scooped the 160 dimes.
Whew, that
was fun sweating for him. I was rooting for him there, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was an interesting Survivor week, but Chicago, I felt like Chicago played good too. I agree with a lot of the stuff JSU was saying. Green Bay, it was an even matchup. Chicago actually impressed me, even though they lost. They really fought. I think this is a perfect matchup for Chicago. Cleveland's kind of had some interesting matchups too, where the offense is weak or the weather, all the random stuff that's happened. This game, I think, is just a blowout spot. I think the Bears just put the belt to ass here, as we say. I think they just pound them. So, yeah, give me the Bears minus 7.5. I think it's pretty easy too.
Pretty easy, you say. I like that. I like the confidence right there. Bears going in, going to roll. They need this game too. This is a big game because they get the Packers again, and I think they get the Packers at home now next time they see them. So they're still alive. Obviously, Packers big favorites in the division, but they still can get it done. So this is a huge game. ODB, what do you think here? Bears and Browns.
Yeah, before I get to this game, just a point on the Caleb thing. Caleb's a really good quarterback, and he's going to be a really good quarterback. The dude has skills, and this is the thing that like gets kind of lost in our new age way of talking about football and stuff with instant super hot takes on Twitter and podcasts and shows like this and things like that. Is people just want to make like wild assumptions early. Phillip Rivers was just signed and going to start a football game. This is 2025. Like, it's hard to play quarterback in the NFL. Dudes aren't doing it. Like guys like Caleb and Bo and stuff that you just want to shit on. They're game like 24 into their season or into their life. Like, we can't find quarterbacks. Like, give these dudes time. Like, they're doing good things. Caleb's a great quarterback. He's going to be a great quarterback. He might not be great today, but he's really good and he's got all the skills. He's going to be a guy. I've liked the Bears a lot lately. I've been really riding the Bears train, and I've been very anti-Shador and very anti-Browns. So this seems like an easy spot for me, but I'm going to throw a change up here. I actually like the Browns in this spot.
No, get out of here.
This is a sandwich spot between both Green Bay games, getting all the press last week, having to play Green Bay, and then having next week Green Bay in Chicago. I think this is a spot where a young team might struggle for a while. I think they still probably get it done, but as Lee Corso used to say, closer than the experts think. I could see the Browns and the defense giving them trouble for a little while, and this just kind of being a low-scoring slogfest. And, I could see the Bears escaping here with one of those, 1916 games.
This game's a stone-cold lock, ODB.
No respect for Shador coming off a good game. No respect here.
This game is a stone cold lock, like stone cold. When you dig deeper into the Browns schedule too, they lost at home to the Titans.
I'm a digger deeper on that post.
The Raiders. I mean, they beat the Raiders. The Jets beat them by 7. This game's a stone cold lock. I hope ODB changes his mind by Sunday.
Okay. I don't want to root for Cleveland. I can't stand Shador, and I like Caleb and the Bears. So
if you look at the Browns schedule, there's not a single game on there that's impressive.
Yeah, I just think this is a sleepy spot for the Bears.
They just lost though. They can't be sleepy when you lose.
I mean, they've also been doing a lot by things that Cleveland's good at stopping. I don't know.
Flip to the winning side and let's get our gift. I was happy to be back on board this week, by the way. The 3-man jumpers. I like being in there in the tights with you guys. All 3 of us in the tights. I mean, we need the tights, ODB. I can't have you on the Browns.
This ain't Chiefs, man. We can be again.
This doesn't count. It's not the Chiefs. I agree with ODB. It's not the Chiefs. It doesn't count.
You're on the Browns too.
Who do you like, JSU?
I think the Browns can hang around. I agree with you. I think it's a sleepy spot, not because of the loss, because they got to go back and see Green Bay. Isn't it next week?
It's next week.
So literally the team that they just lost to, who they need to win for the division, must win. They have that team next week again. You can't tell me they're not thinking through the Browns to that team right there at home. They get 2 games at home. Yeah, I mean, the Browns, I think they can do enough to hang around, and I'll take the 7.5. I think the 39.5. I think this is going over.
31-6 again. This is an absolute blowout.
I think this is going over. So, all right.
How are the Browns going to score? What are you? Oh my God! I love that you guys are on the freaking Browns. They're gonna get pounded.
You ever heard of superstar Harold Fannin? Fannin Jr.
There's nothing I like more on this show than when I have just full conviction, and you guys are both on the other side. I love
this. This is going to be like the Bears Giants game from a few weeks ago.
Dude, we said, how the hell are they going to score in that crazy weather game? And in Tennessee and Cleveland put up 60 points. I don't come on. They're going to be able to put some points up here. There's going to be some points.
I'm circling this one to trash.
Circle it. Yeah, circle it. Go back up top now too, by the way. Circle this game and then go back up top. Let's move to the Washington and New York. Here, this is going to be a good spot, I think, for fantasy. But from a betting angle, 2.5 point spread. Giants are favored in New York. It's a 47.5 total. Looks like no Jaden again out. Jackson Dart, Mariota, ODB. Where are we at here?
Yeah, I mean, Giants at home with that defensive front. Washington doesn't have any running game to exploit it. Washington's if they, they put Jaden back in there. He got hurt, and they got blown out by JJ McCarthy. It's over. Giants coming off of a bye week. Give me the Giants here. This one seems pretty easy.
All right, Giants. Tony, 2 for 2 on the Giants.
Washington looks tough to take. They just, oh man, they were bad. Yeah, I have to take the Giants. These are the games though that we get to this part of the season. I don't have a fun time betting these type of games. I have to be on the Giants though. We got to pick a side on this show.
The only thing I don't like is the Giants don't want to win. That's the only thing I don't love about it. The Giants don't want to.
I mean, who doesn't want to win for the Giants? The front office, but Kafka wants to win.
The coach sucks. He blows the games every single. His play calling is terrible. I hate Kafka.
But he's trying to get a job, and Dart's trying to keep a job.
He ain't getting no job. No shot he gets that job. I'm calling it right now. No shot.
No, I agree. As soon as they punted at the end of the half, like from the 40-yard line, 4th and 1.
Thank you. My point.
I said, ship this guy to the fucking moon. I heard good things about him. As soon as that was all I needed to see.
Dude,
the job interview. He would come in the job interview for me, and I would put that tape on, and I'd be like, "Thank you, have a good day."
Just the tape on there.
I just have it on. I'd be like, "Thank you for coming in, Mr. Kafka. Let's sum up your season." And I would put that tape on and be like, "Thank you. Good luck in your next job."
It's so funny. I was watching that football game with a few guys. I guarantee you, if I pulled them on, all I was talking about was that punt from the 40. Literally, I was talking about it for like an hour. I was like, I can't believe it. Like I literally just said it multiple times how I couldn't believe that he punted it right there.
I mean, it ranks as one of the worst punts of the whole entire season. It was literally one of the worst punts of the entire season. And there have been a lot of them, so that one was
let's move on. I'm not betting this game. If you make me pick, God, we just talked about how bad this coach is. I think I'll take Washington. I can't even do it. I'm not betting this game though. I'm staying away. Tony, let's go to.
I got it ready.
Got it ready. I see the Eagles. There's the Raiders there. 10.5 or 11, depending on where you're looking right now. But 11.5 on DK. Interesting enough here. And Tony, Geno Smith was banged up. I think he's still banged up. Raiders look terrible. Broncos just owned the time of possession too, by the way. Just absolutely owned them. They kind of held back Bo from, taking too many chances, and he just, methodically moved the football down the field and just controlled the time of possession and won that game pretty handily, even though the scoreboard, I guess, wouldn't say handily, but it was an easy win here. Now the Eagles come in struggling. This has to be a get right spot. If they can't put up some points on this Raiders team, then old K Reed we might just be digging the grave for Jalen Hurts and that ass, Tony. But I'll throw it to you first. How ass has Jalen Hurts been?
He was really, really terrible on Monday, and we've seen that a lot from him. He won a Super Bowl. We got to give him credit for what he did, but when it goes bad, it's just so bad for Philly. And a lot last year was just their physicality too, up front. Defensive line, offensive line, they were just so good. This year, they got a lot of injuries. What's the dude? Lane Johnson's been out. Another dude got hurt this week. Jalen on I always forget his last name, but Jalen on the defense banged up. It's like 2 years ago all over again. And I hate everybody's saying this about them, so I hate regurgitating the same stuff everyone says, but it's just the truth. But this week, they get maybe the worst team in football. The Raiders are just so terrible, just a disgrace right now. So there's no way I can take the Raiders. I don't necessarily love the Eagles either in a super low scoring game. What was the total? 39, 38.5, 38, 38.5 at DK.
38.5. Holy
the Eagles, no matter what you say about the Eagles, they do not like each other. They have no mojo going this year. I can't take the Raiders though. This isn't going to be one of my favorites though. To give 11.5 with the team that's struggling like this and fighting, I'll take them just for the sake of picking, but it's not going to be a game I bet. I don't feel super, super conviction on it or anything.
You know what's funny about this is you're saying how the team doesn't like each other, they're fighting and everything like that. And among all that, A.J. Brown in a period of 4 games has had 11, 10, 12, and 13 targets and has 28, 38, 19, and a 31 fantasy point game in the last 6 weeks. It's funny, Tony. They hate each other, and all of a sudden the hate is coming to the forefront, but also A.J. Brown fantasy is also – Jalen Hurts is like, fine, fuck you. You want the ball? I'll throw you the fucking ball. And he's throwing it to him all over the field right now.
And we'll just play terrible, but you get your stats, buddy. Here you go.
And he did drop that touchdown at the end of the game. Jalen Hurts, we'll give Jalen Hurts shit.
That was a dime.
Dude, that ball, he couldn't have thrown it any better. That was a
great-ass play by that defensive guy, too. That was a really good play.
Perfect pass that A.J. Brown did not come up with, and it hit him right in the hands.
But that defender swiped it too, though.
It still hit him in the. You got if it hits your hand.
That was a great pass. I agree.
I mean, yeah, you're an NFL receiver making millions. Ball hits your hands like that, you got to come down with it if you're AJ Brown. But whatever. ODB, any take here on Philly or the Raiders?
I mean, Kenny Pickett revenge game. No, I mean, if it's Pickett, I'll probably be somewhat neutral. If it's Geno, I love the Eagles. I mean, Geno is atrocious and can't get rid of the ball. I mean, he's going to get absolutely fucking killed by this defense. Yeah, I mean, the Raiders are terrible. I mean, they're really bad. It's Eagles or nothing for me. I'm not playing the Raiders. I mean, the Eagles just have too much strength. They have too much talent, and they hate each other, but whatever. You could pretty much name your score against the Raiders. I mean, the Broncos could have easily won that game by 30 if they wanted to. I mean, it was, I mean, I was there, I watched it, and it was just the most vanilla game plan. I mean, every set, it was like Adam Troutman, Lil Jordan Humphreys, a fullback, and running back. It was just like they never, you know, I'm looking out there. I'm
Broncos football, baby. That's your AFC champs.
Bo Nix threw to like
where's
10 or
Franklin?
11 receivers, I think.
It was just like they were like, all right, we're just going to take this game off. I was hoping they were going to use it as a get Bo right game, but they didn't. But I mean, the Eagles, they need to do whatever they can do to show something going down the stretch. And this is the most get right spot of all time. I mean, just having the Raiders, who are just as bad as it gets. So yeah, I kind of like the Eagles. I'm not as happy about Pickett just because like you get that initial bump with the new quarterback thing. And he was okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm still not going to bet the Raiders. So it's just, I'll bet the Eagles. I'll bet them bigger if Geno's playing. I'll bet them smaller if Pickett's playing.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles here. I don't like the Raiders. I kind of agree with ODB. I probably like them more if Geno played, just because Geno's playing hurt. Like if he plays, he's playing hurt or whatever. So, yeah, but either way, I think the Eagles, just their defense alone, I think their defense is just going to roll. It's kind of like Seattle, where like even when their offense isn't clicking perfectly, their defense can like turn teams over and then give their offense, you know, advantageous positions to score points when they get those turnovers. So I think if the Eagles offense isn't rolling normal, then the defense would just do what it does and create havoc, and they'll score that way. So yeah, I'll take the Eagles here. Geno unlikely to play. That's per rap sheet. So okay, there you go. Might be Kenny Pickett revenge season coming to life. Let's go to Kansas City here. Kansas City coming off a massive loss to their season with Houston. Texans won that game. They lost another offensive lineman, just added to the list. And now they get the Chargers, be it at home, but a 4.5 point spread. Justin Herbert's playing banged up. Dude's friggin' Iron Man. You got to credit him. Just an absolute warrior going out there right after surgery like that, week after. But now he has to play the Chiefs. I mean, I think this is an ugly game. I think this game is probably going to go under. It's a 41.5 total. I don't like either of these offenses, and I'd probably lean the Chargers here with the 4.5. I mean, I don't love what I've seen from the Chiefs, so I'll take the Chargers with the 4.5 and give me the under. Tony, let's go to you first here. Chiefs hater train. Are you on the Chargers?
Justin Herbert is. I mean, how many times did he get tackled and like leave his hand out like this so that no one would hit it? It was, I mean, what an absolute soldier. Just, I got to give him credit. I have to be on the Chargers here. The Chiefs, ODB always talks about this too. Like once their season's, I guess it's not officially over, but it's over with where they're at. So once it's like this, I guess you could say this is maybe they're just Super Bowl. Like we got to beat the Chargers or we're definitely done. But I have to be on them. They have no linemen. They're all out. They've had a terrible year. Nothing's clicking for them. Chargers have struggled a lot too, but I just have to take the points in a game like this. And it's our joke on the show, but I could see the Chiefs winning by a field goal. I mean, if they win, I could see it being a close one. So give me the Chargers. I think they either win or lose close.
Do you like the under again?
I mean, 40, it's a low number for these two teams. I don't have conviction on the total.
All right. ODB, got conviction on this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been like 3 years since I've picked the Chiefs, but
Did AP finally bent the knee to you on Twitter? I saw him bend it.
You know, it's nice when when you can just keep martingaling and keep doubling down on a take, and eventually it hits. That the Chiefs were done. So that being said, I like this spot a lot for the Chiefs. Both of these teams' offensive linemen are bad, so we're going to have a very defensive game. But the thing is, the Chargers are coming off of an overtime game on Monday night where their quarterback was just absolutely mauled with a broken hand. Now he's got to go outdoors, play in the cold with that same broken hand with one less day of rest versus a team that, as much as we all in the media and everybody want to say that the Chiefs are done, I don't know if they necessarily, this is like the spot. It's the Chargers or the Chiefs get that last spot, assuming the Texans are going to take the Colts, the Colts spot. Like the Chargers is the spot. So they actually get to twofold, both win and have the Chargers lose. Also, it would be a loss for an AFC team. Like this keeps the Chiefs' hopes alive. We saw that the Chiefs defense played really, really well in that second half when they realized they had to have it. And this Chargers offensive line is not very good. It's one thing to get away from the rush in a dome versus it being out cold at Arrowhead. So, yeah, I mean, Mahomes just does this. He gets away from, he's been playing with bad offensive lines for a few years. And so I think he might have a little bit more experience with it. But, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the Chiefs with Chargers coming off of short rest and an entire overtime game versus a physical team. I mean, both of them played physical teams. So, I mean, I guess one played the Eagles, one played the Texans, two of the most physical teams. But, yeah, I like the Chiefs. I mean, it's tough because this number 4.5 in the low total is – it seems like might finish around that 3, but I can't take the Chargers because I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. So I'm going to take the Chiefs.
All right, Chiefs minus 4.5 for ODB. I'm definitely taking the Chargers here.
Are we allowed to post a GIF without you this week when the Chargers win?
Hey, I'm still a Chiefs hater, and let me just say that this will be the first time I'll root for the Chiefs because it's better for the Broncos. So I just
I knew there was another reason why. I couldn't think of it until just now when you said it. Oh, it's better for the Broncos. All right, let's go to the Bengals at home against the Ravens. Nothing made me more sicker than watching that Bengals game saying they got it. Tony, they got it. They control it. They've controlled the game the whole game. They can't lose this game. Up 10, up a touchdown, up 14, whatever it is. They got this. You know what I mean? Getting the ball, whatever. Look, Joe Burrow looks better at one point than Josh Allen. And then just all of a sudden, just the fucking Buffalo wave and Bengals shit wave, and they lose that game. What happened, Tony?
Welcome to Bengals football, baby. You feel great about it for 90% of the game, and then something random happens and you lose when you should win. I mean, they take all feelings aside. They were the better football team for 80%, 90% of that game. The problem is the couple plays they made that were bad were really bad. And it started with 4th down in the first quarter or second quarter, obviously, when they had a command and Josh Allen just made an incredible play, hitting in the end zone. If they get stopped there's so many plays I could go back to. But, yeah, it's Bengals football. They just find ways to lose games like that. And they dig too big of a hole. Like, their season shouldn't come down to if they can beat the Bills in Buffalo. You should be able to beat the Jets and beat these teams. That it shouldn't come down to this game because the Bills are a great team. Josh Allen's a great quarterback, obviously. You don't want to have to beat them to get in. You shouldn't have to. You should be able to lose games like that. But it's Bengals football. The Ravens have all kinds of problems too. We keep saying it. This division is just it's a disaster. The Ravens did get screwed. The touchdown rule is just why can't we just say common sense? Like, and ODB knows this better than anyone in poker. The rule is always like the floor decision. If there's like some gray area, the floor can make the decision. Why can't the ref just say this is a touchdown? You don't need 3 feet. You don't need control, whatever the freaking thing is. If I go over there, that is a catch. If you asked 100% of the people, everyone would say that's a catch. Any casual person, that's a catch. I don't give a shit if he's got 3 feet down. Why does it have to be 3 feet anyways? What happened to 2 feet? I just do not get it.
You know
if he goes
funny?
2 feet and then he's in the end zone, like I just don't get it.
You can reach the ball out, cross it over the line, and then get the ball knocked out, and it's a touchdown. If they catch the ball in the end zone and they put those 2 feet down, should be a touchdown.
And you know I believe it because I was on Pittsburgh. I hate Baltimore more than anyone, and they got screwed. I mean, they got freaking screwed. That was a bullshit call. I just cannot believe that wasn't a touchdown. It hasn't been that bad since like Calvin Johnson, Des Bryant back in the day, those touchdowns. Like, just if it's a touchdown, call it a freaking – and if it's like 50-50, don't get me wrong. Like if he's got 2 feet down and then it gets stripped, that's different. He's got both feet down and he stretches it a little bit. Gets knocked before the third. It's just. And
even if it's really close, why can't the tie just go to the runner? Why can't just the tie go to the touchdown? The point.
It's almost always like you can almost always decide though on the gray area. Like it's either is or isn't. Just go back to the refs deciding it. It doesn't have to be. Anyways, I freaking hated that. But Baltimore still got a ton of problems, even more so because Pittsburgh runs so pure too. Like. They're out there doing that. Did you see Tomlin and Rodgers giving each other the freaking discount triple check, and they're chest bumping and they're touching swords tip to tip. I mean, they're tip to tip loving each other out there. Pittsburgh runs so pure. It's so frustrating. I almost wanted to root for Baltimore after that because Tomlin and Rodgers are just so freaking up in each other's ass. It was just driving me crazy. But back to this game, I mean, two teams that who wants to win more? Probably Baltimore. I mean, Cincinnati doesn't have anything to. I mean, they can't. They're 4-9. I tried to sell myself on a story like when they pound Baltimore this week and Pittsburgh loses. Are you kind of back in the picture?
They still have like a 5% chance of making.
I mean, they're 4-9. I tell myself, I'm like, what am I talking about? They're 4-9. But I also think Baltimore's got a lot of problems. So it's going to be hard for me to pick Baltimore against my own team. So I'm still going to take Cincinnati, but not like the conviction I had last week. I loved it last week.
Yeah. I got to take Cincinnati at home. They just look so much better with Joe Burrow. I just going to try and take out the few plays in my mind that in Buffalo just screwed the whole game up and look at the rest of that game plus the Baltimore game. It's like, they've been really good with Joey B. It sucks they lose T again. He's back in concussion protocol. He's probably going to be out.
He's definitely not playing this week.
So,
with the back-to-back concussions.
Yeah, but that's all right. They beat this team without T, so they don't need him, and they're at home. ODB, we got two Bengals.
I don't know. I honestly don't feel good about the Bengals this week.
Take the Ravens.
Nah, I can't go against my team, though. So I'm still 2 for the Bengals.
ODB?
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens season from hell. I mean, it's a lot like the Chiefs, where it's like you want to keep thinking these teams are good and they keep showing you they're not. And you just want to just sell yourself that, they have this quarterback, they have this coach, they have this team that's been there, and they keep kissing down their leg. But, 2 weeks ago we saw this game. Baltimore, likely fumbles it going into the end zone. Zay Flowers gets a stupid offensive pass interference that was bullshit. Everything just went against them there too. And, can make excuses, but they keep losing these games. That being said, I can't take the Bengals here. The Bengals have no defense. Baltimore still, they know they just win this game and against Pittsburgh, and, they just do what they need to do. They win their games they're in. I just got to assume that they can score at will against this Bengals team, even though they've proven time and time again that they can't, that this offense can't get it in. I can't quit them, just like, these people can't quit the Chiefs. I mean, just can't quit the Ravens here. If T was playing, I think I might be able to make a case, but no T. I mean, T's big. Like, he really is. He's a great player, and him not being out there, and yeah, I don't know. I can't take the Bengals here. The Ravens should win this football game. So it's under a field goal. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about it, but to be honest, I felt good about several other Ravens games, and it hasn't come true. So it tempers my expectations a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I lean Ravens.
Also, I am betting, Tony, don't let me forget this. Isaiah Likely, plus 245. Mark Andrews, plus 155. In all of my parlays, do not let me forget this. One of them is going in every single one of my parlays. I will not forget this.
You're going double dipper?
I might have both of them in some. I said, but at least one of them, because
With
this
what?
team is the worst team in history against the tight end. I've never seen anything like it. The Bills, Dawson Knox dropped the touchdown in the end zone. Dalton Kincaid caught a touchdown. I think that was before the Shakir touchdown. Then Dalton Kincaid catches a touchdown. Then at the end, Spencer Hawes, just for good measure, catches a touchdown. This team is the worst team against tight ends, Tony. I've never seen it like this. Like, everybody catches a touchdown somehow, but the Ravens. But Isaiah Likely should have had one, and Mark Andrews really should have had one last time. So yes, I'm betting these numbers, plus 245 for Isaiah Likely. Are you kidding me?
He's got screwed 2 straight weeks, too.
2 straight weeks. And I think he's going to test the market in free agency. So that'll be he wants to do well. Like, he's someone who he needs it. Mark Andrews just got paid again. He needs it. He wants to get paid. So yeah, don't let me forget. Betting those are good bets. Let's go to the next game here, Anthony. Or I'll just
go busy listening to my dog yelp at the window, like just
no one even heard it. Jets and Jaguars here. Look at my dog, by the way, just sitting nice and quiet back there, like a good boy.
I love the ODB. Were you getting scolded from your message? What was happening with your message, ODB? Speaking of
oh, dude, I saw that. That woman was going after
he
you.
had like the Game of Thrones dogs next to him at the freaking table.
These people, it started with 1 and then went to 2. And now, I mean, there's 10 dogs that are 100 pounds and furry as hell, and wolves
this is
like.
What happens, ODB, when you let one person just bend the rules a little bit, everyone starts doing it.
Look, this show is pro dog. We love our dogs, but
yeah.
Come on, man. Can you not have them sit under your poker table, this big husky, for 12 hours? Claim mental health. Like, I mean,
the funniest part is you are a dog lover just like me. So when I see a post,
and also I'm sympathetic towards people with mental health issues. Like, I mean, yes, I am. But most of these people, now maybe not this particular woman in general that we're talking about, but most of these people are just using the rules so that they can bring their dog and don't have to. Look, if you want to play poker for a profession and you want to spend 200 days a year, playing 12 to 14 hours a day in a poker room, maybe getting a big dog's not for you. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, it wasn't a post about her. It was just in general. But she's like been
more than one. I saw a few.
Yeah, exactly. She's
That's
just been
why he said it was just a general post.
She's just been she's been the poster child for this because her dog, she's there a lot, and her dog's there a lot, and a lot of people have had problems. It's bitten a couple different people in different poker rooms.
It's bitten people?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
what the?
Multiple
hell
times.
no.
So
hell
anyway,
no.
yeah, I've gotten shit from the extremes, but also honestly, like 90% of the message are like, yeah, thanks for speaking up. Like, you got a voice, like, let's get this shit out of here.
Yeah, because no one wants to actually deal with that person. But if that dog is biting people, I'm with you. I'm with you anyways, even if he wasn't biting people. No one wants to deal with that.
But look, it's not the dog's fault. It's the owner's fault. Like, you put the dog under the table for 12 to 14 hours. It gets to go out, for 5 minutes, a couple times a day. Like, that dog needs to be outside. Like, it's just, that's how it's made.
I'm sure there's food and stuff everywhere, and he's smelling stuff. Yeah.
But, I mean, the dog's like probably a good dog most of the time, like most dogs are, but it's just not the place for them. So anyway, yeah, I got some shit, but also, to be honest, like 95% have been positive. It's just, you know how like the extreme left and
you get the crazy people coming after you. So it feels like 10 is like 100 sometimes when they start coming after you.
I had a dude come on and say, you posting a picture of a dog with a negative thing is like me going up to somebody in a wheelchair and telling me you're a lazy fuck. That was the analogy he gave me. I'm like, what? These people are fucking deranged. But whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. In the poker room in Denver, there was this lady that would always come in with her dog. And she would, like how you pay at the counter, like you get your money out to pay for the entry or whatever. She would give it to the dog in the mouth, and then the dog would like put its paws up on the counter with the money in the mouth. And then she would be like, "Can you get it from the dog?" And I'm looking at her like, I am not putting my hand in your dog's mouth. You guys know me too. Like I'm not like against dogs like you're saying, but I don't love them. And we would have like a standoff though. She'd be like, "Well, you got to get it." I'm like, "You don't understand. I am not getting my money out of your mouth or the dog's mouth.
Yeah.
You can either put it on the counter and get in
out of your mouth or your dog's mouth."
My head is not going on anyone's mouth. So if you want to get
the money is already dirty. I don't want to get it from your dog after the fact. Like, come on. That's funny.
And she would always she'd come up daily. She was a daily player, so it would happen like every single day. You'd have to deal with it.
Oh, I could see you just going home so pissed about the dog.
I would just have a full standoff. I would just be like, "Well, you're not getting in unless you get the money out." It would just be full standoff.
Stripper. With the dog right next to her. Yeah. All right. Jets and Jaguars. Let's get back on track here. 12.5 point spread. Jags playing some good football. And actually, Tony, I'm gonna throw this one to you because I know you got to take on the Jaguars. You're very pro Jags, as I learned today.
I just think they're good. They just keep winning. I said it on last week's show. I went in on them. That was like my play of the week last week. They just look good again. They just keep looking good. I think they might be the most underrated team in football. I don't think anyone really thinks they're good. The AFC is wide open. I think the Jags could win the AFC. They're playing good football. Their demise is definitely Trevor Lawrence. I don't think anybody thinks he's great, but they got a lot of weapons. You look at their weapons, they got a lot of dudes. I mean, they got a lot of guys that are pretty good. So I love them. This is just easy because they're playing the Jets. This is another game that there's just no scenario I'm taking the Jets in this spot. Jags got to win. They're up, a game on the Texans and the Colts. Yeah, Jags got to win. I think Jags roll. I'll keep it simple. -12.5. Sign me up.
I will just say that the two teams before the season that I talked about with big coaching changes, I got made fun of by someone. "Oh, coach, you always talk about coaching." I talked about two teams with coaching. Both those two teams, Bears, Jacksonville, both looking up. That's all I'm going to say.
Both
and
looking great.
Tony like both those teams right now. So I'm feeling
I
pretty
do,
good.
and they're both peaking at the right time too. Your
They
take
are.
looking good.
They're definitely peaking at the right time here. ODB, what do you think of Jacksonville? Are you on board with Tony?
Well, I mean, this is just a classic thing that is going on in the NFL right now. I mean, both these teams had a job opening. One chose an offensive mind, one chose a defensive mind. One's succeeding, one's not. I mean, it's just you have to just hire offensive coaches. Like you look at the defensive coordinators in the league, like you can get a Robert Saleh or a Dennis Allen or like, whatever. There's defensive guys who can run the defenses and do well. You need an offensive mind to run an organization. So like, let that be a lesson to everybody that, when we're talking about things in next year and futures and stuff, it's when a team hires a defensive mind, like everything has to work out perfectly for you to be a defensive coach and win. Like your defense has to be elite. You have to find the perfect quarterback because there's just like so many things, because what ends up happening if you hire a defensive coach is if you do happen to get a great offensive mind, then they leave because they get a job. I mean, that's kind of what happened to Tampa. Like Tampa had a great offensive mind in Canales. He left. Then they got Liam Cohen. They got lucky. They got another one. He left. Now look, Tampa's like struggling because it's like if you just have a defensive coach, it's just much easier to go the other way and find the defensive coach to stick around, because a lot of these defensive coaches, these Vic Fangios and Dennis Allens and things, like they don't succeed as head coaches, so they just get stuck being defensive coordinators and you can be really good. That being said, I can't lay 13 with Jacksonville, even though I like the direction this team's going. I don't like laying big numbers in sleepy spots with teams that have never been there before. It's just kind of a tough spot. But yeah, I mean, I don't really feel great about the Jets. I mean, it depends. Is this Brady Cook guy? Is he the quarterback? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely not betting him with him. If it's Taylor, I think I might be able to.
Tyrod and Fields didn't practice today, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if it's one of the veterans, I think I could lean towards the Jets keeping this close. Maybe not with Brady Cook, though. I don't know. Last week was kind of tough. I wasn't able to be perched watching the games super close. I was watching on my phone on the 4 box while I was going to the Raiders game. And so it's Jets or nothing for me here. I can't bet the Jags just because of the sleepy spot, young team type thing and big spread. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, Brady Cook looked rough. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about him, but yeah, we'll see what happens with the quarterback situation there. Let's go to the Cardinals and the Texans here. Texans 9.5-point favorites over on DraftKings Sportsbook right now here against the Cardinals. And I mean, listen, the Cardinals, obviously they got rolled by the Rams, but Michael Wilson just looks like an absolute stud wide receiver one. And this just came out of absolutely nowhere. Marvin Harrison gets hurt, and then we just see Michael Wilson flash. And the flash might be real, boys. He might actually be just really good. And it was kind of hidden from like the, offense more towards Harrison and McBride and some of the other guys on the team. So he was kind of like the third man out on a not so great or middling team. And now you're seeing Michael Wilson legit. If you have Michael Wilson in best ball, you are looking pretty good right now. But ODB, what are we doing here? Because this Texans team is not a team to mess with, especially that defense.
Yeah, if you have Michael Wilson, congrats. You're going to have him for this week, and then you better hope your other guys perform because they ain't going to do a lot versus passing defense. Yeah, I don't really know what to do here. When I think the Texans this could be a spot they kind of get right offensively, and we know the defense is really good, but I don't know, another youngish team laying big points, sleepier spot after the national spotlight game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a take here. I think I would probably just take the points because that's kind of just the trend that I'm thinking, and younger teams versus laying big numbers in sleepy spots after big games. I mean, that's kind of like the Jags, the Bears, the Texans. I can't really say that as my handicap for the other ones and then not put it here, even though the Texans are a little bit more veteran driven. So I don't know. The Cardinals are really bad though, man. They really stink. So I don't know. I mean, less conviction than the other ones, but I think I lean Cardinals.
Yeah, and we saw the Cardinals against like a real defense. Their offense kind of slowed down a little bit, and now they get the Texans defense, which might be the best defense in all of football. So, Tony, what are we doing here? Texans, or is this a sleepy spot? You want to go with the old Cardinals here?
I don't want to go with the Cardinals, but I actually like the total. I like the under. I don't think Arizona's defense is like that bad. I think Houston's offense is way behind the 8 ball still. It's one of the reasons I like Jacksonville over Houston in that division. I just think they're more well-rounded. I think Jacksonville's defense is better than Houston's offense, if that makes any sense. But I love the under here because I don't see how Arizona's going to get much going against Houston. So I like the under. If I have to pick, I guess I'd take Houston again, but I don't love that. I don't love laying 9.5 with this offense. I don't feel great about that. I just can't take Arizona. So, yeah, give me Houston, but the under is what I really like.
Yeah, I like the under. I'm with you on the under. And I kind of agree with you because we kind of like the under. Don't love taking like the big spread with the under, but I would lean Houston just because I'm with you. I don't know how the Cardinals are going to score. Like, Jacoby Brissett is going to be under fire. So he's not going to be able to just sit back there and pick apart this team and go through his progressions and reads and stuff. He's going to be handling pressure constantly. So yeah, I'd go the Texans here. All right, let's go to the big game. This is I think I would say probably the biggest game of the week. Lions and Rams here. Massive game. Lions need to win this game. Obviously the Rams, they don't need this game, but if they're trying to get the number 1 seed, they still want to win because they got to play Seattle again. And I would assume that's going to probably be for the number 1 seed here. So this is a big game for both these teams. This game's in Los Angeles. It's going to be, good conditions, obviously. Lions, Jared Goff back, Matthew Stafford back. We've seen this before, but should be fun. I think we're going to see points. But the total's big here. So, I mean, ODB, what do you like in this game? Do you like a side or the total?
I mean, I'm not really sure how bad the Lions injury front has been. I know they just lost Branch, so that's kind of big. You lose your best secondary piece when you're about ready to face Stafford and Puka and Devontae. It's really tough. This line does feel a little disrespectful to Detroit, though. I mean, they're still, I would still have them in the top 6 or 7, maybe top 5 teams in the NFL. Like, I still think they're pretty darn good. It's not outside, which is the place that gives Detroit trouble. Yeah, I think this is a really good game. I think I'd lean towards the points, but not a ton of conviction, I don't think. But yeah, I think the line's just a little too high. I think this line should be like 4, but so yeah, I think I have to lean Lions. But if the injuries show more than just Branch out, I haven't really dug too deep into things yet. It's Wednesday, so maybe I could flip because the Rams are a pretty good football team. Really good football team.
Definitely a very good football team here. Tony, Rams minus 5.5. It does seem like a lot of respect to the Rams, but maybe it's warranted here. What do you think?
Yeah, it's that famous number too, 5.5. Whenever you kind of count the Lions out too, they always get off the mat and show you something. I definitely worry about Detroit's pass defense against this Rams attack though, where they love to attack through the air. Man, I think the Detroit's much better against the run, so I like how the Rams match up. But I also think the Lions will be able to score as well. That's why the total's the highest of the year, right? if not the highest of the year, close 55
Yeah, it's
and a
got to
half.
be close. 55.5. It's got to be close.
I don't really see how it doesn't go over because I think both teams are gonna score. The one way it wouldn't is if the Lions just run the ball, but I don't think they'll be successful. So they're gonna have to air it out. I think both teams are gonna want to air it out, and I think we see a ton of points. I don't have a ton of conviction, I'll be honest, on the number. I would lean Detroit, I guess, just because anytime I can get 5.5 with Detroit, and I love the Rams. I think the Rams are awesome. 5.5 is tough to give Detroit, though, for anybody. I don't care who it was. I would probably take Detroit plus the 5.5. So not a ton of conviction. Looking forward to this game, though. This game looks awesome this week.
Matthew Stafford to throw 4 touchdowns is only plus 250 on DraftKings right now. Matthew Stafford is going to rip this secondary up. And I think if you like the Lions with the points, because I do think it does seem like a lot of respect to the Rams, I think you almost got to like the over, because I don't see how Stafford's not going to score. It's just a question of, can the Lions score? And the Lions have shown, like Tony said, that even with injuries and stuff, the offense can still move the football. So, and it's not bad conditions.
Do you get a little tickle in your ball sack when you start talking about Stafford versus the Lions?
You didn't hear when I said that?
I guarantee you got a little tickle.
You didn't even hear that. Gotta have a little tickle. Yeah. All right. Let's get the over going here. We're getting it. This is gonna be a fun game. I can't wait for that one. But
tell you what, when we don't have bye weeks, there's a shitload of games.
Shitload, yeah.
We still got 6 games left.
Well, let's run through them real quick here. Tennessee and San Francisco, 12.5 point spread. I mean, this game's in San Francisco. It seems like a great spot for the San Francisco offense. And honestly, Tennessee's offense isn't good, but 49ers defense has been banged up. They've been playing a little better, but still banged up. Maybe we see points here as well, but maybe a get-right spot for old Brock Purdy after Shedeur ripped this team up. Tony, what do you think? Brock Purdy, smash?
I mean, another good team that needs to win versus a terrible team. Actually coming off, Tennessee won last week, right? They coming off a win. I have to like the Niners, but again, like we've talked about, the theme of the slate, I mean, you're still giving a lot of points. I don't respect San Fran's defense. I just can't take the Titans. So I don't need to waste a ton of time. I would take the Niners, but I'm not like in love with it because I think they're weak on defense.
ODB?
Yeah, this is one big spread I don't mind laying. Niners coming off of a bye, needing it. All the other big spreads are coming off of big wins. This Niners one's coming off of a bye, and they need it. Tennessee coming off of a cold game. They just won their season. Like, yeah, the Niners are going to crush them. I think the one I was telling my buddy, like, the ticket that I want in best ball is to have a Niner stack, like, because this spot I think is great, and a lot of them didn't make it through because they were all injured all year. I think this is a spot you could want to have in best ball. Yeah, I like the Niners here. I like them quite a bit.
All right, I'm with you guys on the Niners. Let's go to this. This is another big spread, 14 points right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. Got the Seahawks at home against the Colts. And it looks like you're going to get one of two options for the Colts. You're going to get either Phillip Rivers, who they just signed, or Brett Rippon, who was on their practice squad, who I think they elevated or something like that. So, and then Tyler Warren's their like emergency in-game quarterback. But those are the options, boys. We got Grandpa Rivers or Rippon. I mean, we got to think it's Brett Rippon against Seattle, right? Tony?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how it could be Rivers. I mean, he hasn't played in 4 years. He was terrible before that. Couldn't move. Yeah, the good thing for me, though, is Seattle has kind of been my team the last stretch. They just continue to be dominant on defense. I can't think of a worse spot for the Colts to go to than to Seattle. Like, it's just a horrible, horrible spot for them. Without a quarterback, I just, again, I don't need to wait.
And Tony, to add to that, they're down Sauce still, and their other top corner just got another concussion. I think that's his second or third of the year. So he's probably out for sure. So
I mean, the best bet been given all year on the show was ODB giving those Indy bets last week, and they just look so free. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because you don't ever count your chickens.
they look
that's
free.
free now.
They look
They're done.
free.
Woo! Were those good bets last week?
You
Because
just
the
went
Colts-
woo.
Yeah, I did. I said them when I was putting them in last week too. I couldn't believe how good they were. But Seattle, I can live with myself. Put it that way. Well, a lot of times when you make a bet, you're like, can I live with myself if it loses? Blah blah. I can live with myself if they don't cover this. I'm on Seattle. I love Seattle. I think they win again, like 37-6 again, like they keep winning every week versus these bad teams. They've had a nice little schedule too, where they don't play anybody, where they're just kind of drilling these bad teams. And I think it continues this week. I don't see any way the Colts can compete in this game.
ODB, anything else to add?
Max Brosmer, Kirk Cousins, now Phillip Rivers. I mean, the last 3 weeks for the Seattle defense, it doesn't get much better than that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing Phillip Rivers in 2025 versus the Seattle defense. So, yeah, I don't know. Seattle or nothing. I'm not worried about that.
That's pretty dope. Kevin got Seattle -3.5 and -185 last week. Those are looking pretty.
Part of me wishes all their guys were still in and I could get 3.5 against all their guys. I would still be pounding it.
I know. All right, let's keep going here. A couple more games left. Denver at home against the Packers. Interesting spot here for the Packers, coming off a big win. And now they get the Broncos in Denver, and the Denver Broncos are home underdogs. ODB, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team that I love versus the team that I continue to pick against. Man, I can't believe this line's only 2. I mean, I really thought this line was going to be 3.5 or 4. I mean, the Chiefs were laying 4.5 or 4 like 2 weeks ago at Denver, and Packers are better than the Chiefs. I don't really understand this line. I guess people are starting to believe in the Broncos.
They're the number 1 seed in the AFC at home.
Nobody cares about that shit. I mean, they don't. Like, I mean, the Patriots are tied, and they're not laying points either against the Bills, and the Bills are better and the Packers are better than the Bills. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want to take the Broncos, and I'll take the Broncos because it's my team. But and Packers have showed me something on defense, and yeah, the fact that I don't really like the Broncos tells me that I probably like the Packers here. I think this might be a spot where the Broncos aren't able to pull their magic out versus this defense. I'm worried about Micah running down Bo. I'll be honest. I don't really love it. I don't really love the fact that Peyton didn't have enough confidence in Bo to just let him gain some confidence last week, and now he's got to go up against this front line. I mean, it's like going from rookie to all Madden mode, like from last week to this week. So, yeah, I mean, just for the sake of it, I'll take the Broncos because it's my team. But the fact that I don't like them really tells me that I probably like the Packers, to be honest.
Yeah, my feelings are exactly your feelings about this Bronco team. So I'll take the Packers just because I like the Broncos coming in the year. If I don't love them in this spot, home underdogs, that's telling me something. I should not bet them in this spot. And they've won so many close games, close spread. At a certain point, they're not going to be able to pull those games out. This might be a game they just can't pull out.
I think if you like the Packers, you should take it now. I would bet that game gets to 3 and maybe even 3 juiced. I really can't see. Packers are power rated so much higher than the Broncos. Nobody wants to play this Broncos team at less than a field goal. I'm shocked that it's sitting right there. If you want the Broncos, just hold out as long as possible because I think this game I'll be shocked if this game doesn't kick off at 3 or even 3 juiced Packers way, which is better for Broncos. So if you're going to play Packers, I'd suggest getting it now.
All right. Tony, I know both these teams actually are 2 teams you haven't really loved this year. So you got to pick one of them. Who are you taking?
They're very similar to me too, where their defense I feel like is peaking a little bit. I don't love their offenses. And I'm more surprised by the total than the spread. The spread like feels somewhat decent, but I felt like this would be lower. Both defenses. I just have to like the under. I respect both defenses. I really don't see how Denver's going to score on the Packers, but I don't think the Packers are going to score a ton on Denver either. So 43.5 feels heavy to me. And I have to be on that under there. As far as the game, I have to take Green Bay. But I do agree with a lot of the stuff you guys are saying. It does feel Denver keeps winning close games. I don't know. I don't think Green Bay's just going to wipe them. It's just a matter of if Denver can score some points. So, you know what? I'll take Denver. I'll take a chance on Denver, but I like the under more than the game.
All right, Denver and the under. Let's go to the next spot. I think was it Carolina here? Carolina and New Orleans. 2.5 point spread. Carolina favored in New Orleans. 40.5 is the total here. Carolina's definitely been a team, plays better at home than on the road, but this is a huge game. This is a massive game here. Carolina and the Saints. Carolina, I think, is tied right now in the division with Tampa Bay. So, and I'm pretty sure they play each other next week. So this is a big spot for them. Can they go into New Orleans and get it done? And the New Orleans Saints, like I keep saying, I feel like every show I'm just like, this team is definitely not as bad as the record says they are. They play teams tough. They may not have the best, skill guys across the board, but they try. They try hard. They haven't quit, Tony, which I think is the key with this team. They're not quitters.
We've said it all year too. They just play hard. Some weeks they get beat up because they're not very good, but they always seem to compete. Carolina has felt like they played a lot better at home. These are the games I struggle the most with. I've had a lot of takes on the games today. These are the games I struggle with, though. Carolina needs to win. New Orleans is I struggle with it. I'll be honest. I don't love this game. If I had to take it, I guess I'd take New Orleans. Just the way they've been competing at home. Carolina, yeah, I'll pick New Orleans for my official pick, but I don't like picking against motivation either. Like Carolina needs to win. It's still against New Orleans. Carolina's a better team, and Carolina's coming off a bye too, right?
Yeah.
And New Orleans isn't.
Yep.
I'll pick Carolina. I changed my mind again. I know I flip flop, but I'll take Carolina coming off a bye. I don't love it though. I don't feel a ton of conviction about this game.
Yeah, ODB, any conviction there?
Yeah, I like Carolina quite a bit here. Carolina coming off of a bye. They lost to the Saints last time, so they have their attention. I like the Saints when they can sneak up on teams and they're getting, a touchdown or close to a touchdown or things like that. I don't like this small spread. I know Carolina's better at home, but coming off of a bye and a loss versus the Saints, vibes are really good there after beating the Rams. The Saints, a young team coming off of a big win, going home, getting laid. Like, I don't know. It just feels like this is Carolina to me. I like Carolina here quite a bit.
Yeah, give me Carolina off the bye against the Saints. Like you said, coming off of a big win over right now. I mean, Tampa was the, division favorite and stuff. So massive win for them. So yeah, I'll take the Panthers here. Minnesota, Dallas, 2 more games left here. Don't forget, guys, smash the like button on the video if you're enjoying this video. 5.5 point total, 5.5 point spread. Cowboys favored at home here against the Vikings. It's a 47.5 total. I don't know what's going on with CeeDee Lamb. That's one thing probably kind of up in the air with him. But either way, I think, and it's that number, Tony, it's that 5.5 number. JJ McCarthy played well last game, possibly maybe no CeeDee Lamb. It's a 47.5 total, but this Minnesota defense has been pretty damn good. I bring it back to that Seattle game. I mean, they gave Seattle massive problems. That offense couldn't do anything against this Minnesota defense. It seems like even though the team is not there yet, the Minnesota defense at least has been clicking. So So I kind of like the under a little bit, which is crazy because I feel like I've liked the over on like a ton of Dallas games this year. And they are at home. I mean, I'm kind of leaning the points right now. Tony, is that crazy here? 5.5? Am I crazy?
Minnesota's a team I have no feel for whatsoever. They just rolled. Who'd they just roll last week? They rolled somebody. Who was it?
It was Washington.
Washington just rolled a bad Washington team. Now you get this super trappy number. Not only is it, I think the 5.5s are my favorite, even more so when it's a public team. Like Dallas is a public team. Giving 5.5, I have to like Minnesota. It's not going to be one of my like 3 picks or anything. I have to take Minnesota though. I just have to. Their defense is playing better. I think CD probably sits. I don't have any inside info or anything, obviously, but I think he probably sits. If he plays, I would like Dallas more. If he plays,
Yeah.
I would like it. But if he's out, I mean, Pickens was getting in trouble. Finally, he's had a banner year. Last week, he finally quit on a few plays like he did in Pittsburgh, got in trouble. People were calling him out. I don't know. I have to go Minnesota in this. The total, though, is interesting. 48.5 feels high. I'm with you. I've liked all overs in Dallas, too. I kind of lean under a little bit, too. But give me Minnesota and under here.
And I think for Minnesota, the reason why the CD Lamb injury is huge is because I think they'll be able to take away one of these guys. So if one's already out and they can just focus in on Pickens, I think it makes it a lot easier. I think the CD Lamb injury is huge for this game. But ODB, anything to add here with Cowboys and Vikings?
No strong take. I think I lean Cowboys, but only because the Eagles lost last week. I think that maybe that might help keep motivation and help stop them from quitting just because now they still have a shot. But yeah, I don't know. Two tough teams to predict. Told you to watch out for that Detroit-Dallas game last week. JSU.
You did. You jinxed it. I'm blaming you. You jinxed
I didn't jinx it. The Cowboys just they had nothing.
It's fucking George Pickens.
I think me and ODB have picked different every single game this whole week.
I think so too. It's not.
You guys are definitely not aligned here.
Not a good vibe week for us.
Let's see if we can get aligned for the last game on the board here after so many games. Dolphins.
I don't think we could be aligned on this one either. This
3-point spread. Steelers favored 42.5. ODB, I'll let you finish this off starting it here. Who you got?
I mean, I'm not taking the Steelers laying points. That's for sure. So. I just reluctantly taking Tua outside in the cold versus did I really just say that? Mm-hmm. Maybe it is Steelers. I don't know.
You talked me into it saying it out loud. Isn't Achane hurt too?
Yeah, it felt like he was optimistic. The coach was optimistic that he'd be back, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, I don't really like Pittsburgh laying points, so that's not really a fun spot for me to be in. But yeah, I guess I have to take Miami.
Big T, now I'm sick. It's rough. Big T's like, now I'm hearing it out loud, and I just threw up in my mouth thinking about Tua in the cold. Big T, you taking Tua in the cold?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. The thing is, Miami's been playing good. They've won 4 in a row. Pittsburgh always just runs pure at the end of the year. Both these teams are still somewhat involved in the playoff picture. Miami's probably dead, but they're not totally dead yet with the way the AFC is. So they both need to win. It's one of the few games this week that both teams need to win. I have to take Pittsburgh, though. I can't take Tua outside. And I got to keep our streak of me and ODB head-to-head in every matchup. So I'll take Pittsburgh, but not a ton of conviction here for me.
Yeah, Tua in the cold. I always go against Tua in the cold, so I think I got to keep going with my trend of taking the other team.
Isn't it like, I could be wrong too. Well, so what's the total in this? Is it
42.5?
So they got like I keep seeing it on the news, like the Arctic blast or whatever's coming through on Monday. Like, again, people always overdo the weather, but if that thing actually does come through on Monday, this total's going to go down. There's no way it stays at 42.5.
And I like the under anyways.
Yeah. So I that'd be one I'd bet early because I don't think a lot of people have thought about that yet. It's only Wednesday. I keep hearing it on the news. Cincinnati gets the same weather in Pittsburgh.
What do you watch the news? No way.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean like it pops up on my feed. I haven't watched the
Oh.
news in my life. Like it
I was
pops up
gonna
on
say, there is
No.
no shot Big T watches the news of all.
He's watching Dan Rather on CBS. At 5:30.
Yeah. He's just
I would
watching for the
guarantee-
hot weather chick. ODB just trying to wait for
There's
the hot
probably
weather
not
chick.
a family in this country that's watched less news than my household. I'll say that in my life. Like never, ever, 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 ever. Any form of it. So,
right.
But I do know that there's supposed to be the Arctic blast coming through. So I like the under. I like the under a lot, actually, at 42.5.
All right, let's get our picks in here. I know ODB's got to head out, so let's do our picks real quick. Tony, we'll start with you.
Cool.
You taking the Arctic
Why
blast
you
under?
starting with me? Because I went 3-0 again, and I still
Yes,
got the
because
Seahawks.
you went
Is that
3-0
why?
again. And
3-0, baby.
Yeah. So
I
are
love
you going to take the Arctic blast under? Is that what you're taking for your first one?
No, I'm taking.
Come on, Reggie wants to eat.
Who's
He's hungry.
Who's the Bears playing?
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears minus 7.5.
All right. So the Bears minus 7.5. ODB.
Who?
ODB.
Scroll down, scroll on the side. Let me see these games.
I can tell you numbers if you forget.
No. I know the numbers.
I got
I'm
it.
just looking. I'll take the Panthers.
Panthers minus 2.5. Okay. Panthers minus 2.5. And then I will take the Bengals.
Oh, there we go.
Take the Bengals here.
Plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. And I will also take there was an under that I loved. Where was the under that I loved? Oh, the Minnesota game. Minnesota and Dallas under.
What was it?
On DraftKings, it's 47.5. I think on some other books, it might be 48.5, but either way, 47.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
ODB?
I'll take the Monday night under.
There you go. The Arctic Blast under.
The Arctic Blast under.
Yeah,
Cool.
get it. Love the
What
Arctic
was it?
Blast.
42.5.
Yep. All right, Tony, you back to back here.
Okay, I'm going Jacksonville minus 12.5
Jacksonville minus 12.5.
and Houston under 42.5.
Houston. What was that?
Under 42.5.
Under 42.5. All right, ODB, I think you got one more.
I'll take the Niners to lay the smack down on Cam.
Take the
Which
Niners.
was
Minus 12.5.
12.5. The Niners are going to lay wood. They're going to pound that team. That's the one game we agree on that one for sure.
Yeah, that might be the only game you guys agree on here.
It just sucks when you like all the big favorites, though, because you know you're not going to win them all.
It's usually the opposite. Usually I'm the big
Usually.
favorite liker, and you're the dog.
I know. The end of the year, I struggle because I just can't take the bad team.
I'll take that Chargers plus 4.5. All right, so we got our 9.
You got a little Chiefs action in there. I like that going in on the Chiefs late there.
Against the Chiefs, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you like being in that GIF again.
It's too late, man.
I've been in that GIF for a couple weeks now. It's you that hasn't been in the GIF.
No. I like being back in it, though. It felt good to be back in it this week.
All right, $100 on DraftKings Sportsbooks wins you $32,000 if this hits.
Every time you say that, it just blows my mind. One of these weeks, we're going to go 9-0.
Yep.
It ain't going to be this week, boys.
We do disagree. This will be the week we win, though, when we all disagree.
This will be the week. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the week.
You got some fucking shit-ass teams.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed all the shit-ass picks from myself, Big T, and ODB. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Don't forget, tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, Prim Factory will be 3 p.m. Eastern Time with me and Big T. So tune in for that. And smash the like button on your way out. Check out ODB's podcast, Gamble Up. If you want to support him, go like, support, subscribe, do all this stuff. Comment, helps out a podcast. Gamble Up if you want to check out more of
Talk
ODB
about
stuff.
dogs at poker tables.
And, obviously his poker stuff as well. No dogs at the poker tables. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for Big T, ODB, myself, JSU. Good luck in your betting on DraftKings Sportsbook. We're out of here. Peace.